Hello students, welcome to my channel. In this session, we will discuss a previous CAT question based on the concept of time zone difference in the topic time and distance. Here comes the question. Can you please pause the video, make an attempt and then continue watching this. Right, let's look at the data. Cities A and B are in different time zones, fine. A is located 3000 kilometers east of B. If B is here, A is 3000 kilometers east. Fine. The table gives the schedule of an airline operating non-stop flights between A and B. We'll come back to this table later. But what is important is all the times indicated are local and on the same day. The planes cruise at the same speed in both directions. However, the effective speed is influenced by a steady wind blowing from east to west. From east to west, a wind is blowing at the speed of 50 kilometers per hour. So the question here is the time difference between the two cities. Second is plane's cruising speed. Fine. Now we will spend some time on this table. If you look at the first flight, it leaves city B at 8 a.m. in its local time and reaches city A at 3 p.m. its local time. Let me explain this. It leaves B at 8 a.m. and reaches A at 3 p.m. Suppose if both belong to the same time zone, so 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. is how many hours? It would have been 7 hours, right? Because 3 p.m. is nothing but 15 hours, so 8 to 15, there is 7 hours is a flying time it would have been if they were in the same time zone. But now, they were not in the same time zone. They are in different time zones and A is east of B. When A is east of B, the time of A is ahead of B. In other words, suppose this at B's local time, the flight started at 8 a.m. So what should have been the time at that point in time in city A? City A, if it is 8 a.m. at city B, in city A the time would have been, it is ahead. So probably if there is a time zone difference of 1 hour, it would have been 9 a.m. because it is in the east. Or if there is 2-hour difference, it would have been 10 a.m. Suppose if it is 9 a.m., the journey time would have been 6 hours. If it is 10 a.m., the journey time is 5 hours. So the journey time is not actually 7 hours. It would have been 6 hours or 5 hours or something else. Why it is 6 hours? Why it is coming down by 1 hour? Because we assumed the time zone difference is 1 hour. If it is 2 hours, it is coming down by 2 hours, 7 hours. But we don't know how many hours is the difference. If there is a difference of, say, the difference between these two time zones is, say, T hours. So the journey time is not going to be 7 hours. It is actual journey time will be 7 minus T hours. Why? When it started at 8 a.m. in time in city B's time zone, at that point in time in city A, the time would have been ahead. It is not 8, it may be something else. So from that time to 3 p.m. A, so if you consider both local times of A, the journey time will be 7 minus T hours. Now, let's take the second flight. It started from A at 4 p.m. reaches B at 8 p.m. Now, it appears to be 4 hours. But now it is reaching B at 8 p.m. But has it started in B's local time at 4 p.m.? If A's local time is 4 p.m., B's local time it would have been behind because B is west. B is a west city, so it would have been behind A. If A's time is 4 p.m., B time would have been, it would have been behind. Suppose if it is 1 hour difference, it would have been 3 p.m. If it is 3 p.m., 3 p.m. to 8 p.m., the journey time or the flying time should have been 5 hours. If the time zone difference is 2 hours, if it is 4 p.m. in A, it is 2 p.m. in B, then the journey time would have been 6 hours. So the journey time will increase by the difference in the time zone. So now we don't know whether it is 1 hour or 2 hours. We assumed it is T hours. Hence the journey time is not 4 hours. The actual journey time is 4 plus T hours. So this is the key for this kind of time zone difference questions. Right. So we identified the time for the for the first flight as well as second flight. Now let's look at speeds. If a flight is going from B to A, that is west, it is going from west to east. Let's say the effective speed will be the speed of the flight, actual speed of the cruising speed of the flight minus the speed of the wind. Why? Because the wind is blowing from east to west. When wind is blowing east to west, it's against the flight is going against the wind. When it goes against the wind, its speed will come down. You can take the example of boats and streams. When a boat goes against the stream is coming down, the boat tries to go against it, its speed will come down. Similarly, when a flight goes against the wind, its speed will come down, so it is S minus 50. When a flight travels from A to B, that is here, east to west, and the wind also is blowing from east to west, so both are in the same direction. So the flight is moving, the wind is behind it pushing, so actual speed will be S plus 50. Now we know the speed in both cases, we know the time, but you know both cases the distance between the two cities is 3000 kilometers. You know the distance, you know the speed. Distance by speed should give me time, that is 3000 is the distance by speed S minus 50 should give me the time taken from B to A, which is 7 minus t. Same 3000 kilometers is the distance by speed S plus 50 will give me the time taken from A to B, which is 4 plus t. If you add the two equations, minus t plus t gets cancelled. What we'll get is 3000 by S minus 50 plus 3000 by S plus 50 equals to, when you are adding this, minus t plus t got cancelled, 7 plus 4, 11. Now we have to solve this equation to get S value. But solving this equation will take more time. There are two approaches. One, go by options. If you see your options, 750, 650, 550 are the examples. You can substitute and check. If I substitute 550 minus 50, 500, 3000 by 500 is 6. 550 plus 50 is 600, 3000 by 6 is 5. 6 plus 5, 11 satisfied. Hence, S should be 550 kilometers per hour by substitution approach. Or otherwise, you can see there is 3000. If you remove the hundreds portion, it is 30. Which two factors product is 30? 6 and 5, and 6 plus 5 is 11, means this denominator has got something to do with 600 and 500. So 600 and 500. So if it has to be 600 and 500, it's 50 less and 50 more, means if it is 550, 50 more will be 600, 50 less will be 500. So like that also you can guess your answer if you are good at calculations. Third approach, as I said, solving the quadratic equation, which you could have taken some time. Anyhow, now once we get S value, if you substitute S value in one of these two equations, you get T value. Suppose if I substitute in the second one, 550 plus 50, 600. 3000 by 600 is 5. 5 is equal to 4 plus T, means we can say from this T equals to 1. So the difference in the time zone is 1. The time difference between cities A and B is 1 hour. And the speed at which the plane cruises is 550 kilometers per hour. And our answer choice is choice C. Right? So like this, we get some really good questions on this time zone difference. Right? Thank you.